name's Loren Cronk, and I've been a denim designer and a denim maker for 25 years. I'm on the hunt for pretty much anything and everything denim. So join us for the journey, and we'll see you at the factory.
I just showed you how cotton was spun into yarn and how complex that was. And now I'm going to show you how the yarn gets transformed into denim. So before we weave the yarns into denim, they need to get dyed into indigo. It's a process called rope dyeing. Preparing these yarns for rope dyeing is getting them actually into ropes. Now this process right here is called ball warping. So ball warping is, we're taking about 500 cones of ring spun yarn and putting it onto this ball warping machine. I'm going to walk down this one, which I think is running right now. So I'm in the middle of it. Robot vacuums. You can see all these yarns being gathered. And they're getting pulled and put onto a ball in rope form. They're getting pulled together into a rope. And I'm going to walk around to the front so you can see them getting wrapped onto the ball warp. You see we have 7 machines here running. So you have a lot of ball warping going on. So from ball warping, we've now entered the indigo rope dyeing room. So through this process of dipping and oxidation and re-dipping, you have a yarn that gets coated with layers of indigo. The more dips, the darker the shade. And that's kind of what makes denim magic, is the more you wear it, the more you wash it, or if you don't wash it, the more you wear it. Over time, those indigo layers scrape off and reveal the core, lighter, natural cotton that's under that indigo and shows the marks of how you wear a pair of jeans, basically. Straight from ball warping, you have anywhere from 24 to 36 balls that get pulled into this rope indigo dyeing machine. I'm gonna walk past this real quick just to show you what happens. You have cleaning of the yarn, your first indigo dips in your box 1. Typically, you've got 12 boxes, but you can do up to 12 dips. Kind of a typical run is anywhere from 4 to 8 dips are kind of your typical indigo denim shades. There's a lot of different things you can do in this process. You can do sulfur bottoms, meaning it goes into a sulfur dip first and then goes into indigo, or you do sulfur top, which the last dye box has sulfur in it, so it's a darker looking denim. So you see, it's going into the first dye box, it goes up and air dries, and when it comes back down, it's a different shade of blue and gets dipped into another pure indigo solution. It goes back up, air dries, and dipped into box 3, and so on. This particular yarn is getting dipped 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is being dipped 12. This has 12 dips. After this, these yarns get washed and cleaned. The excess indigo gets cleaned off of it, and then it goes through this heating process. So you see, it's super hot. These things are super hot, and it dries it. And now these ropes go into these coil cans, and I'm going to climb up one of these. And then they will probably keep running it until they get however many yards of yarn they need. And then that goes over to the rebeaming. Okay, so you can see now this coil can of the indigo-dyed rope yarns is getting pulled. Opened. And when I say open, I mean separated. And they'll fill this beam up. After this beam's filled up, this beam goes over to the next room, which is sizing. From rebeaming to sizing, now these beams go through a process of strengthening and through starch and stretching and getting merged onto one larger beam. Anywhere from 10 to 12 beams go through this process and get put onto a larger beam, which you'll see here. Now these larger beams go right over to the weaving room, it's a wide loom, it's a air jet loom. These things crank out about, I think it's 490 meters every 24 hours. So whatever that breaks down to, is that 20 yards, 20 meters an hour, something like that. This room's extremely loud. It's one of my favorite rooms just because it just feels so powerful. They have anywhere from 200-300 looms in one room, and this is only one room. You have your warp yarn coming off the beam. You got your natural weft yarn. And this room's just massive. the finishing room. This finishing room has another huge machine that these rolls of fabric go through. It goes through a number of different processes here. It goes through singeing, which takes the hair off the fabric, cleans it. Ozone. This is where mercerization happens. These are big heater rollers that dry the fabric after it goes through a wet process. Sanforization. So in sanforization, it takes the sizing, it takes the shrinkage out. Also skewing. Denim is a twill weave. The yarns are twisted. It tends to skew. So it helps correct that and makes the fabric more stable for when you cut and sew it and actually wash it so it doesn't shrink too much. And this is actually the finished product right here. So this is the finished denim. From cotton to yarn to indigo dyeing to finishing to the finished product, but we're not done yet. You have to inspect this fabric. You have inspection stations. These guys inspect every yard of it. This guy does not rest. He sees where there's a seam here, which is totally normal, but you have to mark it. And so when it gets to cutting, they know to not cut this. And it's basically what these guys are doing. Inspecting, quality control. Once this is finished, it gets put onto
Thank you. How are you? Fine?
I'm good. It gets put onto...
Are you from Poland?
I'm not from Poland.
From where?
I'm from the United States.
Okay.
Los Angeles. So now they wrap it and ship it off.
This is packing.
They're packing. They're packing.
Whole packing. This is packing.
So we're packing,
Yes, yes.
and this is going to go to the cutting and sewing facility here at Soorty. They also sell their fabric, so this could get shipped off to somewhere else,
Yes,
and
sir.
get cut
Shipped
and sewn into jeans. So,
Yes.
and my next video, I'm going to show you cutting, sewing, wash, and packaging, and shipping out pretty much around the world. It's a pretty mind-blowing operation here. So there's huge rolls of fabrics waiting to, I don't know what they're waiting for. So anyway, we'll see you at the factory next time, and hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.
कल्बी में दौड़ाया वमा से मेलसी वास्ते आया आगे बदल बिड़ सिज गया तुलया वमा से मेलसी वास्ते आया वही खसम मड़कंदासा लसी उमंगदासा लसी तो बंदे कांदे डॉक्टर दी दवाइयां वमा से मेलसी वास्ते आया I came to your house for iron, for lassi, and your dog is attack me, so I'm running away.